हाँ जी, आज अपन इन्वर्टर्स का आउटपुट वोल्टेज कंट्रोल पढ़ रहे हैं। आउटपुट वोल्टेज कंट्रोल ऑफ इन्वर्टर। इन्वर्टर में आउटपुट वोल्टेज कंट्रोल कैसे करते हैं, कंट्रोलिंग टेक्निक्स क्या होती है, वोल्टेज कंट्रोल टेक्निक्स। आउटपुट कंट्रोल, आउटपुट वोल्टेज कंट्रोल इन इन्वर्टर सर्किट्स। इन्वर्टर्स में आउटपुट कंट्रोल के लिए दोनों मेथड्स हो सकते हैं, एक होता है इंटरनल कंट्रोल, एक होता है एक्सटर्नल कंट्रोल। दिस इज द इन्वर्टर, an inverter taking the DC and it gives the AC. This is the inverter. So if this DC will vary, you know that here the converter and the firing angle of this converter will vary. So definitely here the AC supply and the converter firing angle vary, and according to the variation in the firing angle, the available input DC vary, and according to the variation input DC variation, it's allow AC variation. Definitely, this is the one method. Second method, you know, this is take the DC, it is fed to the inverter and it gives the AC, and that AC is controlled by using AC voltage controller. AC voltage controllers. So here the voltage controllers. So here the output voltage is variable AC voltage. Okay. Third method, here the input DC, and here also input DC, and then the inverter it takes the DC and gives the AC. So here the DC to DC device, that is chopper, and that chopper varies the DC voltage. So variable DC, this is the fixed DC, fixed DC variable. So according to that variation, AC variable. So variation. Fourth, this is a device that will provide the inverter and second inverter. The two inverters are connected in one circuit, two inverters, and output voltage of these two inverters are connected to the transformer, one of the transformer. So the output voltage of these two inverters are connected to the transformer. So here the one transformer, here the other transformer, and this is the connected to the one of the winding of the transformer. So this is the output available. So this is the way it is the V01 plus V02. And by varying the firing control, here alpha and alpha, the controller here and controller here, we can control the output voltage. So these are known as external, not variation, internal. Not variation, internal. This is the inverter, here the voltage variation take place. This is the inverter, here the voltage variation take place. This is the inverter, here the voltage variation take place. This is the inverter, there is the firing, and this the voltage variation take place in the transformer. Therefore, This method is known as external voltage control techniques. External voltage controlling techniques. So in external voltage controlling technique, converters are required, choppers are required, AC voltage controllers are required, external firing control transformers are required. So these controlling techniques are not economical techniques. Unnecessarily two devices are used. Similar types of the other device, other power electronic device used. As we are increasing the number of power electronic devices, each power electronic devices produce the switching, and due to the switching there is a harmonics. So to eliminate the harmonic, bulky filter circuits are required. So there is a cost and filtering. Unnecessary loss of the power also take place. So the heating and loss of the power. So these techniques means the external control techniques are not good techniques to control the output voltage of the inverters. So the second techniques, they are known as, so these techniques are known as external voltage control technique. Are not useful techniques. They are not used techniques. They are not good techniques to control the output voltage of converters. So what we will do? We'll do the internal arrangement. Internally, in the converters, we are making some internal arrangement to control the output voltage internally. Itself, inverter itself control the voltage. And then if it itself control the voltage, then definitely no any additional devices are required, no any bulky circuit, no any cost, no any size, no any additional losses, no any additional harmonics. And harmonics can internally produce, internally filter circuit can provide it. So these techniques are known as not external control techniques. Now that we are providing, they are the internal controlling techniques. So internal controlling techniques to control the output voltage of converters. Internal controlling techniques. Output voltage control by internal output voltage controlling techniques. Internal output voltage controlling technique. The best techniques we are using nowadays are pulse width modulation techniques. Pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation techniques. So there are different pulse width modulation technique. One is single pulse width modulation. Then the second is multiple pulse width modulation. Third is sinusoidal pulse width modulation. So there are three techniques. We will study over here the three techniques: single pulse width modulation, multiple pulse width modulation, and sinusoidal pulse width modulation techniques. So in these modulation techniques, so what is in the single pulse width modulation technique? This is a pi interval. So in the positive half, this is the pulse. This is the width of the pulse. This is the width of the pulse. And here also the width of pulse. This is the width of pulse. Width of pulse. At a 2 pi. So in between pi to 2 pi and in between 0 to pi there is a pulse. And the width of that pulse is 2d. 2d. That is a pulse of width. It is known as single pulse width modulation. That the width can be 0 to pi also. That width 2d will vary from 0 to 2 pi. Maximum possible width is pi and minimum will be 0. So the output voltage is 2d divided by pi under the root Vs. Vs is the source voltage. Vs is the source voltage. So the output voltage is available for the 2d duration in a pi interval of time. So it is 2d upon pi into Vs. That is nothing. It is the RMS value of the output voltage. How you will find out? It find out like output voltage is 1 upon pi 0 to pi Vs. Voltage value is Vs. This the maximum value is Vs. D of omega t square under the root. This is known as RMS output. And that RMS is Vs square under the root upon pi. And here in between 0 to pi there is the interval is pi by 2 minus d to pi by 2 plus d. Here this is the midpoint, here the pi by 2. So here the pi by 2 minus d. So this is the pi by 2 minus d. And here this is the pi by 2 plus d. So d of omega t. So it is equals to Vs upon pi square under the root omega t, and when we put the value of omega t, so this becomes omega t, and we will put the limit of omega t, so pi by 2 plus d minus pi by 2 minus d minus it become plus d. So pi by 2 and pi by 2 get cancel out, it become 2d. So it is 2d upon pi under the root into Vs. So this is the way. This is the way we can find out the RMS value of the output voltage. This is the way, this is very simple way to find out the RMS value of DC output, not DC output. RMS value of the AC output. You know the inverter gives the AC, not DC. Okay. So this is about the output voltage. So the interval of this wave is, the pulse width will be vary from 0 to 2 pi, and output voltage is, RMS value is 2d upon pi under the root into Vs. Okay. Multiple pulse width modulation means there may be the 2 pulse, there may be the 3 pulse, there may be a multiple number of pulses. So here we are taking the 2 pulses only. The same interval, the pulse for the same interval, and same the gaps in between. Same are the gaps and same the interval. Okay. Same the 2 pulses over here. So the width is 2d, total width is 2d. So this width is d and this also d. So total becomes 2D. Okay. So this is the pulse. We'll study in detail when we are taking each and every individual. Okay, definitely we are taking individuals. Then also we will study. This is multiple pulse width modulation. And output voltage equation is similar. That is 2D. 2D the pulse width in the pi interval under the root into Vs. And here, third, sinusoidal pulse width modulation. This is the pulse width here. Then this is the pulse width here. Then this is the pulse width of 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 here. And then this is the pulse width of here. Attach control. This is the pulse width of here. This is the pulse width of here. This is pulse width of here. This is pulse width of here. Like this. When it is sinusoidally, the variation in the width is as per sine wave. Initial width is less, then width is higher, then width is greater, then width is greater, then lesser, 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 lesser. Then negative, negative, negative. So the width is as per, the width is the smaller one, then the bigger one, then the bigger one, then the biggest one. Then bigger, then big, then small. Like this. So this is known as sinusoidal pulse width modulation. Now we analyze and find out the formulas, equations of all these pulse width modulations. All the equations. So we'll take one by one. Firstly, we are taking single pulse width modulation and its equation and analysis. This is nothing. We are doing voltage control of inverter. That is internal control. And in PWM techniques, in forward biasing, we have to control, we have to commutate the switches. So, very good commutating circuits are required, even self-commutating switches are required, like BJT, IGBT, MOSFET. They are good and they are the self-commutating switches. So, no any additional circuitries are required and they can easily commutate. In the multi-pulse width modulation, in the sinusoidal pulse width modulation, we are providing some of the reference signals to the base to them. So, as per the base signals variation, they will be on and off. So, therefore, it is very easy and very good one method to control them. So, to achieve at the low frequency and low power applications. Very high power application, this is very difficult to achieve. Then, very higher commutating circuits are required. And in a different pulse width modulation scheme, we can easily control the particular lower order harmonics. That we will discuss later. We can easily eliminate a particular harmonics. We'll discuss. And higher order harmonic can be easily eliminated by providing the filter circuit. You know, the filter circuit for the higher order harmonic are the lighter in weight and low in cost. But the filter circuit for the lower frequency are the heavier in weight and size and higher in cost. So the low frequency can be filtered out by a technique by using the number of pulses and by varying the pulse width particular, we'll discuss. And higher order harmony can be easily eliminated by the filter design. Okay, so first we'll discuss the single pulse width modulation technique to control the output voltage as well as eliminate lower order harmonics. Single pulse width modulation technique for output voltage control. So this is the single pulse width modulation technique for output voltage control. So this is the technique is, here the pulse for the pi interval, pi, 2 pi, there is only one pulse, that is pi by 2 is the half interval, 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 is the, and pulse is the symmetrical about pi by 2, both the side it is symmetrical about this axis, and here it is also symmetrical about this. You know that the pulse, you know, the inverters, there is positive as well the negative, and it is symmetrical about the zero axis. Okay, and the same positive and negatives. Therefore, the average value is always 0. Okay. The pulse width for the pi interval we are taking 2D, not 2 pi. This pulse width is 2D for the pi interval. We want to find out the total voltage, then we have to take the Fourier series analysis. In a Fourier series analysis, the output voltage is A naught plus summation of n is equal to 1 to infinite an cos of n omega t plus bn sin of n omega t. This is the voltage. So, if we are taking the average value for the whole cycle, A naught is equals to 1 upon pi, 1 upon 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi, V, whatever the V signal, d of omega t, and you know that they are having the positive value and equal negative value, so it is 0. Okay, definitely. And we also know we are taking the value an, that is also 0, because they are having positive and negative both. If having the equal positive and negative, and it is symmetrical about the 0 axis, and definitely an is 0. So the bn only. So the bn is, we know, 1 upon pi into 2. If it is symmetrical. Into 2 if it is symmetrical. Then we are calculating for 0 to pi interval or not 2 pi interval. 2 into 0 to pi, and this is very symmetrical about the pi by 2. So pi by 2 minus d to pi by 2 plus d. Okay. Vs sin of n omega t d of omega t. This is the formula, Fourier series analysis formula to find out the value of bn. Similar for the an is cos of n omega t, for bn is sin of n omega t. But you know the an and a is not a 0, so it is equal to 2 Vs upon pi. And integration of sin is minus cos of n omega t upon n, and limit is from pi by 2 minus d to pi by 2 plus d. Okay, it is equals to 2 Vs upon n pi. When we put the limit, it is cos of n pi by 2 pi by 2 minus d minus cos n pi by 2 plus d. Okay, this is now finally the Bn is equals to 2Vs upon n pi. You know the cos A minus B is cos A minus B is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. You know the formula is cos A minus B is cos of A cos of B plus sin of A sin of B. This is the formula. So putting the value over here, cos, so it is cos A means cos n pi by 2 cos of n d plus sin n pi by 2 sin of n d. This is for first one, minus cos the same, the cos n pi by 2 cos n d, here the minus, if it is plus then it is minus, so it is minus sin of n pi by 2 sin of n d. So this is the value. So we know this is the cos and this cos get cancel out, and this minus become plus, it will become twice. So the Bn comes out, Bn is equal to 4Vs upon n pi. But then the value comes out from the Fourier series analysis, the value of Bn is equals to 4Vs upon n pi sin of n pi by 2 sin of n d. This is the value of Bn. So if Bn is equal to this one, the output voltage as per the equation number 1, the A naught is equals to summation of n is equal to 1 to infinite. And we also know if the wave is zero symmetry, the wave is symmetrical over the positive and negative axis, that it having only and only the odd harmonics, not the even harmonics. Otherwise also we will put out the value, if n is equal to 1, this is pi by 2, it value 1, n is equal to 2, so it is 0. So it is 0. So n is equal to 1, n is equal to 3, the sign gives the value is equal to 1, otherwise it gives value 0. So n is equal to 1, 3, 5, 7 and infinity. 4Vs upon n pi sin of n d, this gives value is equal to 1. Sin n d, this is the value of Bn, and here the sin of n omega t, sin of n omega t. So this is the output voltage. So therefore the output voltage is, the output voltage can be write down. The output voltage is equals to n is equal to, when we are putting the 1, 4Vs upon pi, this is constant and it is the common, n is equal to 1 sin of d sin of omega t plus n is equal to 2 sin of 3d sin of 3 omega t by 3 plus n is equal to 5 sin of 5d sin of 5 omega t upon 5 plus like this. This is output voltage. It having fundamental, this is not a fundamental component. So it having the fundamental as well as third, fifth, seventh and ninth harmonics. The maximum value of the fundamental is 0, 1 is 4 Vs upon pi. 4 Vs upon pi. This is the maximum possible value. When d is equals to 2d is equal to pi. Therefore, d is equal to pi by 2. So for d is equal to pi by 2, sin d pi by 2 is 1. So it gives value 1. So that is the maximum possible fundamental value. Okay. Suppose that we want to eliminate the third harmonic from the output. We can eliminate any of the harmonic from the output. Suppose that we want to eliminate the third harmonic, nth harmonic. Any of the harmonic if you want to eliminate. If you want to eliminate any harmonic, then this is the factor. That is helpful to eliminate any of the particular harmonic. Then we will put the Nd is equal to pi. Nd is equal to pi only. So sin pi is always 0. So that component becomes 0. So we will say Nd, d is equal to pi by n. Pi by n. Or we can say pulse width. Pulse width. Pulse width is not d, it is 2d. So pulse width is 2 pi by n. So suppose that we want to eliminate the third harmonic. You know, if we want to eliminate the third harmonic. So what will 3d is equal to pi. If you want to eliminate this, then 3d is equal to pi. So when 3d is equal to pi, this is 0. It eliminates the third, 6, 9, 12, 15 and all the multiple of the 3 also as well. But you know what one impact will become during the elimination, one particular harmonic or the multiple of that harmonic will be eliminated. By setting the pulse width in a particular range, one particular harmonic can't be eliminated. But one particular, you know, when we are eliminating this one, the fundamental also get reduced. So reduction in the fundamental is when 3d is equal to pi, what the value of d? So the d is equals to pi by 3, that is 60 dB. So the fundamental also reduced. Fundamental reduced by the factor of, reduction in the fundamental by the factor of d 60 degree. So sin 60 degree root 3 upon 2. And that was the initial value. That was the value of the fundamental. So that was a V01. So that is the reduction. And that reduction. So in this way, the fundamental component also get reduced, but a particular harmonic can be eliminated. So this is the method. A harmonic eliminated, the output voltage can be controlled, the output voltage can be minimized. So as per the pulse width, we can control the output available voltage in inverter circuits. It may be the single phase inverter, it may be the 3-phase inverters. The technique name is single pulse width modulation control. The technique name is single pulse width modulation control. Okay, so this is the way. Next, we are taking that technique is known as multiple pulse width modulation control. Next technique is known as multiple pulse width modulation control, not a single. Multiple pulse width modulation control. Second technique is multiple pulse width modulation. Multiple pulse width modulation. Okay. Multiple pulse width modulation means there will be a 2, there will be the 3, there will be the 5. We are taking example of 2. So in an interval of pi, interval of the 2 pi, in interval of the pi, there is pi by 4. Okay, whatever. There is a 2 pulses. So one pulse over here, one pulse over here, on other pulse over here. Same the width, both pulses are the same the width and same the gap in between. Same the gap in between. So how number of the gaps for the 2 pulse? This is the gap, this is the gap and this is the gap. So for the 2 pulses there are the 3 gaps. For 2 pulses there are the 3 gaps. So the angle we are taking this is, that is gamma. Gamma. This is the angle we are taking. The gamma. Gamma we are taking from the center location. You know this we are taking gamma. So the angle we will find out. So gamma is equal to, the angle gamma is equal to pi minus 2d. 2d is, this pulse width is d and this pulse is d. So remaining portion is the red line. Remaining portion is the red one. Definitely it is. Okay. Divided by number of pulses n, so it is n plus 1. 3. There are the 2 pulses. So divided by 3. So then this is the angle. This is the one rad region, one rad duration, one of the rad, plus d by 2. D by 2. 2 means 2 pulses. So d by n number of pulses. And really the pulse with the 2d, so 2d by 2n. This is the formula. This is the basic formula for any number of pulses. Any number of pulses. Maybe the 2 pulse, maybe the 3 pulse. So with any number of pulses, we can easily control. Okay. Now, this is the gamma. Gamma is the angle. Now, we know the output voltage. We know the output voltage, which is as per the Fourier. You know why you have Fourier? Because you know, the pulses are positive in positive interval as well in the negative interval, and the same number of pulses are there, and same the width of the pulses are there, and they are the symmetrical about the positive and negative. So, according to the Fourier analysis, what the output voltage, which is equal to A naught plus summation n is equal to 1, 2, 3 to infinite an cos of n omega t plus bn sin of n omega t. This is the Fourier who if a pulse having the number of cycles and the repetition and the function and not the sine or cosine exactly, so that kind of the periodic wave can be simplified by the Fourier series analysis. So this is the formula to find out. It is the Fourier series. Now, you know, we know, well, the average value, if it is the average value if you are taking for the whole interval from 0 to 2 pi, it gives the 0 value because the AC. So AC always gives the 0 value. As well as the AN also 0 because having the positive and negative same values. Definitely. So the value of Bn comes out. Bn equals to 1 upon pi. But if they are having the two values, even the positive value and negative values both are the symmetrical and both are equal. So we are taking the integration of in this section and this section gives the same value. So we will multiply these two. So it is 2 of that. This is the formula. So and now it is the integration. Gamma minus d by 2 to gamma plus d by 2 Vs sine of n omega t. This is for one particular pulse, and then the two pulses. So then further multiply by 2 d of omega t. So this is the value of Bn. So now this Bn can be simplified 2 to 4 Vs. It is 4 Vs upon pi. And integration of the sine is becomes minus cos n omega t upon n. And limit we are taking from gamma minus d by 2 to gamma plus d by 2. Now the value of Bn is equals to 4 Vs upon pi n pi. So, and when we are putting the limit, it is cos n gamma minus d by 2 minus cos n gamma plus d by 2. Okay, so it is 4 Vs upon n pi we know cos A, we know the formula cos of A minus B, that is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. This is so. So as per this formula, let the cos A means cos n gamma cos n d by 2 plus sin n gamma sin n d by 2 minus, this is for first one part, minus sine, not the sine, it's the cos n gamma cos n d by 2 minus sine n gamma sine n d by 2. This is the value. So these two are get cancelled out. So it comes out Bn is equal to the sine and this is the sine, both are positive, so it becomes 8Vs upon n pi sine of n gamma sine of n d by 2. Okay, this is the way, this is the Fourier series analysis to find out the output voltage or equation for a wave which is not sinusoidal but it is a periodic in nature. Not sine or cosine, but it is a periodic. It having repeating function, the square or any kind. So for these kind of the wave, Fourier give a formula to find out the wave. So this is the Fourier series. This is the Fourier series. As per the Fourier series, there are the three coefficients we will find out. So in any three, it may be 0, any one may be 0, 2 may be 0. So here 2 are the 0, A and A not and A and but B and not 0. So the value we find out the value of B here. Now put the value, so V naught is equals to summation of n is equal to 1, 2, 3 to infinite sine of n gamma sine of n d by 2 sine of n omega t. This is the sine of n omega t. Sine of n omega t. And constant is, this is 8 Vs upon n pi. Okay. So this is the value. This is the output voltage equation. And from this, we can say what the maximum possible output is 8 Vs upon n pi. When we are putting the value of n is equal to 1, sine of d by 2, sine of gamma also, sine of d by 2 also. Okay. So this will give the value is equal to 1. Sine function can be maximum possible give the 1. So 0, 1 max, that is 8 Vs upon n pi. N is 1, it is pi only. Okay, this is the way. Otherwise, whatever the values, clear. Now, we can eliminate any of the particular harmonic. We can eliminate. So, elimination is, how we can eliminate? By taking another like this and this, two things. If n gamma is equals to pi, and you know the sine pi is 0, and n d by 2 is equals to pi, it also gives 0, or both the way. So putting gamma is equal to pi by n, it is symmetrical, and is the number of the harmonic, which harmonic we want to eliminate. Suppose that we want to eliminate the second harmonic, then it is pi by 2. So the one only the way. So the gamma is in between. We want to eliminate the third harmonic, and then by 3. So there will be the 3 waves. Okay. Otherwise, d is equals to, or 2d is equal to, pulse width is equal to 4 pi by n. This is the pulse width. Suppose that we want to eliminate third harmonic. N is equal to 3. So gamma is equal to pi by 3. And here d is equals to 2 pi by 3, means it is 120 degree. Pulse width is 120 degree. So here we can have this is the pi, and pulse width is 120 degree, D is 120 degree, so 2D is 240 degree. That is not possible. That is not possible. It's not possible. The 2D, the pulse total width, that should be less than is equal to pi in a pi interval. So here 2D becomes 240 degree. So third harmonic cannot be eliminated. Now, so now we want to eliminate the fifth harmonic and is equal to 5. So the gamma is comes out pi by 5. Okay, no issue. And 2D comes out. 2D comes out 4 pi by 5. So 4 pi, 2 pi 360, 4 pi is 720 degree divided by 5. So it is 720 by 5 is equals to 144 degree. Pulse width is 144. That is possible or it is feasible. So now we are taking pulse width is 144 and the symmetrical angle is pi by 5. So divide it into the 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here the one wave, here the second one, here the third one, here the fourth one. Like this. So 4 are the pulses and total width of the pulse is equal to, so 144 divided by 4 is equal to 36 degree. So the total pulse width is, this width is 36 degree. Age in average is 36 degree. So the value of gamma comes out. So this is the 36 and gamma already we know. Gamma is pi by 5. So it is pi means 180 degree by 5 is 36 degree. Okay, it is also 36 degree. So this is the 18 degree and this is also 18 degree, half of that. So this is the way we can easily eliminate the fifth harmonic from the output. So this is the way we can eliminate a particular harmonic even though there is a loss in the output. Output power, total value, fundamental value also get eliminated. Not eliminated. It reduced. Particular harmonic is eliminated and output fundamental is reduced. So what is reduction in the output? So if the fifth harmonic is eliminated, what is the reduction in the output? So the output is reduced and that reduction is, it is 8 Vs upon pi into, what the multiple? That multiple is sine gamma and here gamma is 36. So sine 36 degree and sine d by 2, sine 18 degree. 18. D also, what the value of D? D is 72 degree, I think so. Here, this is the value of 2D, that is, so D is equal to, here, for the fifth one, we are taking for the fifth one, the pulse width is 4 pulses and each pulse is 36 degrees, so D by 2, here D by 2, so D by 2 is 80 degree. So this is the reduction, so this is the value which is multiplying factor, reduction factor, which the fundamental get reduced. So in this way we can eliminate a particular harmonic, but there is a reduction in the output also. So this is the very good one, a good technique to control the output voltage, to control the harmonics as well as, but we have to compromise in between two things, the reduction in the output and elimination in the harmonics. Which one is essential? So compromise. If the harmonic elimination is most important, then firstly take care of the harmonics. If the output is very important, then take care of the output, not the elimination of the harmonics. So okay. Then the third method, that is sinusoidal pulse width modulation. Third method, that is sinusoidal pulse width modulation techniques. Third one is sine. Third method is sine pulse width modulation. Sine pulse width modulation. It is a sinusoidal pulse width modulation scheme, and that is very important scheme. That is very good controlling technique. Even how it happens. In this technique, there is a carrier wave. There is a carrier wave. It has started from the zero, or it has started from the peak value. Both are the possible. And it is symmetrical in positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The same. Now, it is started not from 0, will start from maximum value. So this is one start from the maximum value. It will start from the maximum, and it is eliminated after at the maximum. And it is revert like this. So this is it. How we can generate the sinusoidal pulse width modulations? So the sinusoidal pulse width modulation is at the sine pulse with the sine one. Okay. So here first the pulse which having this is the width. This is the width. First pulse means here a pulse is generated and that having the width is equal to this one. Here the second pulse that having the width is equal to this one. Here the second pulse that having the width is equal to this one. Okay. Here the third pulse that having the width is equal to this one. Here the third pulse that having width is equal to this one. Equal in magnitude. So this is the one pulse. This is the second pulse. This is the third pulse. Pulses are equal in magnitude, but they having the different widths as per the sine wave. Next the pulse that having width is equal to this. Next pulse that having width is equal to this. Next having pulse that having width is equal to this. Next having the pulse that having width is equal to this. So these are the pulses. Next, in the negative half, there is a pulses like this, having width is equal to this one, and pulse having width is equal to this one, and pulse having width is equal to this one, and a pulse having width is equal to this one. Okay, similar, and a pulse having width is equal to this one. So this is the way we having the pulses. How we can decide how many number of pulses are there? It depends upon the frequency. So, there are two frequencies. One is the carrier wave frequency and other is the fundamental sinusoidal frequency. So, the number of pulses are equals to this is the half of this one, half of the fundamental. So, it is t by 2 time interval of fundamental, and it is one interval of carrier, small t. So, one interval of the carrier, the ratio of these two. So, how many carrier interval? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, number of pulses are equal 5. So, their carrier intervals are 5. In total interval Tc, this is also Tc, this is also Tc, this is also Tc. So, if their intervals are 5, then 5 number of the pulses. I the number of interval in the whole interval. This further can be write down. T is known as 1 upon 2f frequency. 1 upon t. T is 1 upon frequency. Is equal to 1 upon Tc is equal to Fc. 1 upon. So it is equal to Fc upon 2c. 2f. So this is it. Decide and find out the total number of the pulses. Total number of pulses in the wave in a half of the cycle. We'll find out. So this is very easy to find out. How will generate these? Means for any of you in the circuit which is give you the firing, or here will give the firing, and this is the main circuit or the power circuit. This is known as the power circuit of BJT. This is the power circuit. Here the power is supplied, and second is the control circuit. And control circuit is fed with help of the comparator. And on the comparator there is a sine wave, and on the comparator there is a carrier wave, and a sine wave. There is a sine wave and there is a carrier wave. Okay. So by comparing these two, the signals are generated on and off. On and off. Signal is generated. And as per generation of the signal, this is the on and off. This is the on, here it is on, here it is off. Here it is on, here it is off. Here is on, here off. When the sinusoidal cross the carrier, it is signal on. When the carrier crosses the sinusoidal off, then on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So this is the way. We are generating the signal, and according to the signals, there is a generation of the wave. So the wave generation output is not vary, output magnitude is not vary. Magnitude depends upon the source voltage. Only the width is vary as per the switching. So we are controlling the switching circuit with help of the comparator. So the switching is controlled. The switching circuit is controlled. So as per the comparator, the switching is controlled, switching extent, switching duration. And that is compare the sinusoidal with the carrier signal. So carrier is the fixed one, but the sinusoidal magnitude varies. So according to the variation in the magnitude, pulse width will vary. So that is the available variation, and this kind of the variation, So this sinusoidal pulse width modulation scheme controls so many on the fundamental harmonics. So many harmonics are eliminated, so very less harmonics, and its analysis is not in the scope of UG level student, it is in the scope of research students and PG students. So I am not giving the derivation, not giving the formula and equation of that. because the derivation is the lengthy one and it takes time and it is not also in the scope of UG student, means that BTech students. That is only the question will be asked, how it control, how it vary, what the possible, how many number of pulses will generate. That questions are asked in the examination. So this is only. So I am Shishram Ola enjoying with you the power electronics pulse width modulation scheme. Definitely you are enjoying with me. Okay, you study well. And you refer, if you enjoy, then you refer in this lecture to the others, your friends, your relatives, your other colleagues, classmates. So definitely they will enjoy. When they enjoy, they will discuss with you. When you all discussing about the topics and the issues, then definitely your knowledge will be improved. And you improve, then you are getting, understanding the subject by fundamental. And if any of the problem you are facing, definitely you can mail or message or chat me. I also available online with the problems and discussion classes. And if you are understand well, then give the examination on e-test series and find out your level of understanding, your knowledge, and find out where you are, your positions, and improve. Improvement is a regular phenomena. It's not one day work, one day you score. It's the regular one. So each and every day you will improving a little bit, will contribute in your career. Definitely, you will enjoy. I have 22 years of the experience to teach the engineering students and faculty members. So definitely, you gain something from my experience also. Thank you. Thanks a lot.